Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. You may know me as a Tomokazu Komiya collector, and yeah, I'm a really big fan. If you didn't know, now you know. But yeah, I have something to announce in terms of my collecting. Maybe you've seen it already on my Twitter page. I have collected a lot of, at least all the artworks of Tomokazu Komiya. And I was not getting bored, but I wanted a new challenge. And what I didn't complete was the Japanese version, all single cards. So I just said, hey, why not? I have the room, I have the time and space, let's do it. And what I want to show you is my current English collection, because sadly I'm missing like 5 cards in reverse, or some of the Neo cards or e-reader. I have a lot of reverses, and I think I'll just start here. And yeah, from here on out, I will just show you my collection and what my goal is for the Japanese collection. As you can see, this is the new stuff. This is where he began. I think I'm missing Focus Band. And this is like light Lydian. Nothing too crazy. All is very cool artwork, by the way. I think he liked this one very much, this Ladyba. If I remember correctly. This Jinx is also very interesting. This Jinx was released after Jinx got purple. So Jinx, was censored. I think not necessarily censored, but it got some commotion during that time. It was like blackface resembling, and they changed the color to purple. So still to this day it's purple. So gold and silver released, and then they changed it again to purple, yet this was still black. Very interesting trivia, but now you know. Even in base set, I think it was still black. Okay. No, I think it was in base set already purple, and this one was black. Okay. Yeah, the light and dark Pokemon, I really like those as well. On to e-reader. I think I've completed all e-reader. Yeah. Some of them are very, very expensive and difficult to get. Even mint, it is a big challenge. I don't want to look up how much this, for example, is worth. It's just insane. Luckily, I've picked them up at a very nice price 4 years ago. Really happy with that. This one, this Hitmonchan. This one is actually from my childhood. As you can see, it's not in the best shape, but I think it held quite nicely. But yeah, I think this is like 20 years old. Very nice. It's the first Komiya card that I truly held onto, and it started my collection essentially way back. I've been collecting Tomokazu Komiya cards for like, how much, since 2017 or something, I believe. Dedicated. It's very nice. This Ditto, I think this one is very expensive. It always was expensive, even 2018 or something like that. Skyridge is very very overpriced for some reason, and hey, it is very difficult to get Skyridge. Not much printed, but it's very, very expensive today. These two are German. I want the English version at some point, but they have Golbat and Gramble, so I guess, why not, huh? These two are again older one, and now we're on to the Gen 3. This is from, I think, EX Dragon, I believe. There are some different variations. I think at some point I'll update it with literally all the versions of each card in this English binder. This one is also very cool. I remember Komiya saying in an interview online. He posted many years ago, I think 10 years ago. I think this is one of his favorite artworks to work on. He said they literally brushed up and down. And you can see it. I think it's very cool. That's a very cool artwork. What I always like about Komiya is, the expressions. It's over exaggerated, but it is very nice. It lives up to the Pokédex entries mostly at the time. This is some also again some very difficult reverses to get. Team Rocket returns. Yeah, I don't want, even then it was like 10-15 euros a piece. Can you imagine, like 4 or 5 years ago? It's insane. This is the Pop Series promo. Not necessarily promo, but it's a Pop Series card. A Japanese version was released as a Meiji chocolate promo, and yeah, you could get it with Japanese chocolate. It was very cool. I do think this one is very pretty. This Kecleon. Oh, this one is also very cool. There's a flower on its head from the digging, essentially. It's very funny. These Japanese versions, I think these 4, I believe, were released in Japan in, I think, the EX World Championships deck, which is quite difficult to obtain a single. So I will tell you in a bit, but these are in Japanese very hard to get sometimes. These are, I think, the nicest ones. The Dragon Frontier reverses, very nice. I really like those reverses. Now we on to Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, these reverses are a scratch magnet. Even freshly from a pack, some of these are quite scratched up already. So very difficult to obtain. This card, this Munchlax, there is also a other variant version, which is the Chicago Distributors Meeting 2009, I believe. And that one is very expensive and rare to get. I don't want to chase that card because, again, it's not worth that amount of money, in my opinion, just to complete some artworks. But that one is very rare. This is a staff promo. I believe this is a State Championships promo. At least it's some event promo. It's not a league promo, but an event promo. And this one's very cool. It's quite off-centered, but yeah, I don't care. Don't see it every day. Hard Cold Soul Server. I think I'm missing 1 or 2 cards. I'm missing the Cricket Toon reverse. So, but again, I will order it as soon as possible. In black and white. Yeah, this is very cool. He said in an interview he liked the Timber line. So he had enjoyed this illustration. He said on interview. This one's also very cool. This is so funny, this artwork. And this one is from Legendary Treasures. This artwork is exclusive to Legendary Treasures, and in Japan it got released in EX Battle Boost. It's essentially, a concept style pack like Vista Universe, GX Battle Boost, GX Ultra Shiny, that kind of set. And it got an exclusive release in that set, this artwork, and in reverse. So these EX Battle Boost got mirror foils, and these are very difficult to obtain in Japan. You don't see them every day, and even if they do, most of the time they could be scratched up. Okay, these are at a time when nobody cared about condition. Same with these 3 are all in EX Battle Boost. This one is one of the many the few cards I don't have in reverse holo. I'm still chasing that. It's a nice star there, if you haven't noticed. There we are on to X and Y. I have this McDonald's promo in Russian language. I should have taken that out my spare binder. But it's very cool. This is also McDonald's promo. If you can see here, the McDonald's holo. This is the... I don't know on which product this came. I truly forgot. But in Japan, it got released as a promo card. And if you know the clothing fashion store Uniqlo, that was a Uniqlo promo. And they also released a t-shirt of Zorak and Zora with this exact Zora artwork on a t-shirt. Sadly, it was only released for kid size. So yeah, I can probably buy it, but I could never ever wear it anymore. So that's a shame. These two are Russian language. Yeah, Russia printed some cards during the X and Y era. I believe they printed from XY base up until breakthrough or breakpoint. And there's some Steam Siege promos, and that's about it. So it is very cool that it exists. This one's also Russian. Got a non-holo Russian version of this. This is again Russian. Russian Inkei, super cool. Really like it. And this electrode I liked. I think it's about to explode. Really do think it is. The man, his hands is saying probably, what are you doing? Don't explode. That is very cool. Again, I think that you need to appreciate, the more you see his artwork, you know, you will appreciate the artworks more. And I really like it. Also Russian. Yeah, I got some quite some few Russian cards. I don't have this in reverse. This was a Japanese promo in there in that spot. We'll do that, order that soon. This card, this from Generations. I really not hate this card, but it's annoying because this Generations card never got a reverse holo in English, and in Japan it was always a holo. There was never non-holo, because in, I think it's called Pokekyun collection, yes, and it's all about glitter. So every single card, if I believe, were just glitter, full of glitter or heart shapes. Not this one in English, sadly. This is a Toys R Us promo. There are many variants of this Ponyta. Generations promo, I think Game UK or something like that, with a 20th anniversary stamp. I should again show them off in a future collection. I like this card as well. This one is a matched. It's very cool artwork. This is the Snorlax that is blocking many people. And apparently the expression of these humans are just fantastic. Hopefully you can see it here. The lady on the right is, I think, capturing or smiling something with the camera. The other ones are screaming and running away. It's very cool. And this chandelier, it's quite eerie. There's a building on fire, and there's this man running away in probably in fear. Hopefully the camera will pick it up. There we go. Yeah, it's very eerie. So most people don't notice it, which is a shame, honestly. This Celebi Komiya had fully shown from scratch to the finished artwork in the illustration. No, what's it called again? Pokemon card game illustration book or something like that. During the 20th anniversary, he showed it all, which is amazing if you are interested how cards are being drawn, essentially. And he does it fully manually, you know, no digital. He does it, you know, he illustrates it on a piece of paper, essentially. Then it gets scanned in, essentially. These are not digital. Very interesting. And this is way of work, apparently. There's a Snubble Build-A-Bear workshop promo. When it released, it was difficult to obtain, really. And yeah, then after a while, after searching many months, I could find one. And after that, there have been again a flood of supply. I don't know where it came from, but it's there. Sun and Moon. Yes, I forgot this one. It's also Sun and Moon. Yes, cool promo, cool cards. And let's start off with the French McDonald's promos. France got their own McDonald's set. They have been for like almost 10 years. They have their own. We also had McDonald's promos, but not 40 cards, maybe like 10 or 15. And what France also has are these kind of hollow versions of each single card. So there are like 80 cards to, for example, collect in this McDonald's set. French exclusive. And I really like this version. Very cool. And there's never been a hollow version like this released. So very cool to get. One of my favorites. This rocker is also very cool. I think it was waiting for its owner, if I believe. Let me search it up. Yes, it was said about this Rockruff that it has a dejected expression as his walk was cancelled, but he overcomes that sadness to evolve into the powerful Lycanroc. That's what is depicted here in the artwork. Amazing. Amazing art, and the meaning behind it. These are all these 3-0. Yeah, I've played it in a deck during Pokemon League. It was a novelty deck. However, it was very cool. Let me explain briefly what it does. First, you had to attack with this. Oh no, sorry. First you had to attack with Hitmonchan. You had to hit and run, so you can then switch to Hitmonlee with this attack, and then you can do special combo. It does 90 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon, which is not bad at all to snipe some cards. And this one would very difficult to pull off, but if you played Hitmonchan last turn with special combo, of course, you can then play finisher combo. It does 60 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon, and that was devastating. If you again during the Sun and Moon era, they played with stage 1 and basic Pokemon, you know, like EX today. And if you had to set up, it could have been devastating, honestly. 60 damage was a lot at every single bench, Pokemon. This is also one of my favorites. The person on the right on the boat is laughing, and the other one is falling from the boat. That's an interesting thought. See the other ones? This one is also very cool. If I believe they were fighting for food, and Snorlax didn't want to share it, if I believe Komiya told me, and this is what is depicted. It's essentially like a food fight. You can see, he's holding this log here, and yeah, it's very cool. But it's difficult to see. Yeah, this Salazzle is also very cool. Let me pull up the Pokédex. Yes, it punishes Salandit that couldn't bring it food with a fierce slap of its flame-spewing palm. So you get a fierce slap. So what he told me essentially was, these were like the slaves of Salazzle, and one was trying to defy this Salazzle queen essentially, and got a big slap, the mother of all slaps. So can you imagine? This Claydol is also interesting. If you look up the Pokédex, you'll probably notice what it does. Very cool. This is the thank you promo given now during 2020, I believe, during COVID. Very cool card. Don't see it every day. These two are also very cool. Shadinia and Ninjask. First it was, you know, lurking around this man. And then live squeeze. This person, I believe it's, yeah. No, you can fill in the blanks. Because it's live squeezed, essentially. This is also very eerie. This man on a boat is probably being attacked by these jelly scent. And these are very creepy. Think, yeah, whenever a full moon hangs in the night sky, schools of jelly scent near the surface of the sea, waiting for their prey to appear. Wow. That's very scary. This one is very pretty. This crocodile. Really like this card. I think it's one of the best this generation. And then we have the special art. Yeah, this was just unbelievable. I was very happy when the Komiya did a special art V. Very, very nice. So much detail as well. I believe this card got a McDonald's release. I think it did in 2021. This one is also very pretty. This is the Pokemon Go Ditto sticker card, which is also very cool. Don't have this one in reverse, sadly, in English. I've opened so many. Sword and Shield did not get this in reverse. And this is where it all ends. Scarlet and Violet and a new beginning. And again, and this is my current project. Going to collect all the Japanese cards, and for the most part I've completed quite a lot, but just not all. I believe I've completed all the Neo stuff, except for a couple. Yeah, I think there are some spots here that are missing, but very cool cards. This is very cool. This is Touch Generation Change, and they were transitioning to the old back to the new back, essentially to the e-reader style. Let me show off here from this back to the new cards back. This one is international. Use the international Pokemon logo, so it's probably more meant for, you know, global uniformity at the time. It's very crazy transitioning time as well. They were trying so many things at the time, and there's a whole story behind it. On PokeGuardian, I've linked to a video done by Matt Matoba on Jamboree, or Jamboree, I don't know if you call it, but it has more meaning behind it than you think. Definitely recommend checking that video out. It's on the PokeGuardian homepage. This is the VS set. VS cards are very interesting. There have been some English releases of VS cards. I believe they were given out during the Tropical Mecha Battle and some, I think, World Championships, I think 2001, 2002. Very rare cards. but not very terribly rare in Japan, which is very cool in my opinion. It's all about Janine. So this one is also very, very difficult card to obtain mint. This is the web promo, and there's a bunch of reprints, and then it got printed in an e-reader template. And at the time, you could order these from, I believe, Pokemon Center Online at the time. And then back then, online wasn't as big as it is now. So, interesting cards. I don't have many e-reader cards, but a lot of them have been ordered. This e-reader promo I do have. There's a very funny and cool story. Someone in Japan in 2018 there was like a flood or tornado, and he had like a Korean GX card that was fully soaked in water. Then I replied, and I was at the time looking for this card, not very desperately, but still. And he said, after some tweets, he said, "Hey, I have this, want to trade?" Of course I do. We traded I traded some Pokemon League promos to him, and now we are here. That's very nice. And recently we got in touch again after like 4 or 5 years. We still have all the cards I sent and he sent to me. Very nice. So the kinds of cards, have more meaning behind it than it should. But that's all about collecting, right? Some cards I have again shown off in English. This one is exclusive. This is called Pokemon Card Fan, I believe, which is a players promo. Players Club was like, how do I say it? It was like Pokemon League essentially, and then you could join and gather some points, and then with those points you can get all of the sorts of players promos. Some of them are very expensive, and in that player promo there is like Umbreon and Espeon Gold Star, for example. So can you imagine? Again, I'm missing quite a lot. Gen 3. There's a Diamond Pearl, missing quite some Diamond Pearl, of course. Luckily at quite some, not necessarily expensive, but they are more expensive than others. These two are more expensive than the others, especially Magikarp. Very happy to have these already. Hard Crystal Silver Legend series. I think I'm missing a couple only. I want all the reverses. These 3 are reverse. Do I have? No. I'm missing again a couple in reverse. These are difficult to obtain. Yeah. Mint, of course. And black and white. This is the Uniqlo promo, as I mentioned earlier. This one is quite beat up, but you cannot find it mint for a very normal price. Quite difficult to obtain. This is the EX Battle Boost card, as I mentioned. It's the non-holo version. There's a Merfoil version as well. You can see here the EBB stamp logo. The X and Y. This is a special promo version of this Cyndaquil. I believe it's from Breakpoint. And this one got released with all the starters and Ho-Oh Break in, I think, a Lugia and Ho-Oh Break set or something like that. It was very difficult to get separately. Even 5 years ago, it was very difficult to get. Nobody was selling it separately. This card, I think this is called Starly, or no, Rufflet. This is called, I think, a Legendary Dream Collection. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the only version that exists. The Sparkle version. No non-holo. I think all the cards in those packs were like this. more XY. This one is interesting. This is Psyduck with Junichi Masuda on there. And the story of this card is, during the Pokekyun collection, he was there and I think signing stuff. And also there were, being promos given out. And during that set release, and this is the result. Again, very cool heart shapes, which are all the same for the common cards. I don't know why English did not have this holo for every card during generations. But this is a very hard to get promo today. It's unnumbered as well. XYP. Luckily I got it for very cheap. I think the seller had no clue what they had. This is the Magneton. This is like, what's it called? CP4. Is this champion, something like that? Also special set promo version from an earlier card. That's X and Y, Sun and Moon. I got luckily a lot of Sun and Moon cards. This is GX Ultra Shiny, if I believe. Cracked Ice, Mirror, Foil. Same goes with this one. This is from GX Battle Boost. Sadly don't have the regular version of this Vulpix. But it's again a very cool card. Missing a couple sadly from the earlier days. Missing this one in the normal version. This is the SM12A reprint. Which also has a mirror foil version, and these two are, I think you know the story. This is the Psyduck Scream promo, Edward Munch. Very cool card, one of my very favorites. Got I think 2.5 pages full, and this is Sword and Shield. Got the Viridian promo here, which also features Pikachu there. And this is where it essentially ends. This is the current state of my collection. Again, as you can see, it's like for maybe 60% or 65% complete. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know some people are waiting for a very long time for this Komiya show-off case video essentially. I hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah, if you have any tips or questions, I will be happy to answer. If you are trying to collect your Komiya cards yourself, again, when I'm finished, I will make a, how do I put it in a proper way, I'll make an ultimate Komiya video showcasing probably nearly all the versions that exist. Again, like I said, the Munchlax promo, the version with the distributors meeting, this is out of my question, but I'll be happy to show it off in the future. Yeah, have a nice day everyone, and goodbye everyone.